One. Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the Just Chatting Gaming News and Trailers for the week of July 29th. This weekend, as I'm recording, there were two big events that were held. We had the Final Fantasy Fanfest and ExileCon, where they showed off a bunch of Path of Exile 2. Let's go ahead and start with Final Fantasy. There was a pretty big announcement there. So let's go ahead and check that out and see what they announced. Here we go. Are they channeling the Beach Boys here?
Ah, blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Hey, he's got a taco.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. My home. Put out.
So we got the next expansion for Final Fantasy XIV Online, and the crowd goes wild. Pretty cool stuff. So along with that, there were several other announcements made. Here is one of them, that Final Fantasy XIV is coming to Xbox. So that's pretty exciting for those guys. They talked about a bunch of other changes to the game itself. So if you're a big Final Fantasy fan, you'll have to sort of seek out all the changes and expansion stuff that they're talking about. One of the other big changes is they have a like a trial for the game, and they extended how far the trial actually goes. And apparently it's like quite a long ways now. So you can actually play this for free for like a pretty good amount now. So yeah, if you haven't tried what a lot of people consider to be one of the best MMOs out there, you can go ahead and do it for free. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. So as I mentioned, another one of the big things that was happening this weekend was ExileCon, where they talked a lot about Path of Exile 2. And we have us the latest trailer for that game, so let's check it out. Here we go.
The gods caused all this, you know. After Oriath was destroyed, I traveled, searching for answers. Everywhere I went, the same divine devastation. It must end. I will end it. And no exile will stop me!
I'm gonna pause for just 1 second. One thing that's very impressive about Path of Exile 2 is obviously the company that designs or develops this game. They do not have the resources that Activision, Blizzard, Microsoft have, right? And this game looks just as good as Diablo 4. Some would say better. Also, I think they're going to have more classes than Diablo 4. I'd have to double check that fact, but... distinct environments, 600 monsters, 100 bosses, 1,500 passive skills, 36 ascendancy classes, 240 active skills, 700... that's going too fast.
This world will be reborn.
Lots of stuff.
No matter the cost.
So just to talk about a couple things here real quick. Yeah, for anybody who's interested in this, they streamed a bunch of this over the past 2 days. There was Q&As, dev panels, so they talked about this game a lot. And basically, it was all new information. But one of the most impressive things that I saw was they're doing something with water in this game that I've never seen in any game. So basically, they were showing off a level where the player was running around like you see on screen now, but it was on like a coastal area, and the tide was coming in. And so you had the player standing there fighting mobs like you're seeing now, and literally the tide was sweeping under the character and moving into the land. And then it was like coming out, and everything was dry, and then coming back in. Like, I've never seen that before in a game. Like, it was very impressive. And I saw a lot of people commenting on that. It was very, very cool. So another quick piece of news sort of based on that. They also announced that Path of Exile 2 is no longer an expansion to Path of Exile 1. They will be standalone games with separate game balance systems and further expansions. Your purchases will be shared between both games. And again, for those who don't know, Path of Exile is a free-to-play game, and it's all cosmetic-based. So now all of your cosmetics from PoE 1 will be in PoE 2. So absolutely fantastic. They've been doing it correct for years, and they're continuing to do it right. So... very, very cool stuff. Okay, next up, I'm very excited to watch these because I haven't seen them yet. Starfield is ramping up their marketing campaign, and so they released what I believe is 3 story trailers for Starfield. So let's jump into it. Here we go. Here's the first one. I think these are animated. So this is the story of every player. I need more guns on my ship. And now you own a ship and a house. You've created an outpost on a remote planet. Okay, so that's part... I don't know if these are connected or not. So there's part 1, I guess. Okay. And here's part 2? Question mark? Also, I really like the soundtrack for Starfield. I think the soundtrack for that game is gonna be bonkers. It just has that great sci-fi, you know, feel to it. Nobody has one of these capacitors? Uh-oh, here comes Mech Man. Wait, that guy didn't die? I don't want your money. I want your capacitor. Okay. And part 3. It's the Pleasure City, where people sit around and eat pizza and play video games. Okay. A little bit of backstory stuff, I guess. Interesting. All right. We've been talking a lot about Baldur's Gate, and we have a new trailer for Baldur's Gate 3. Here we go.
I hear footsteps, trip-trapping on the Murder Lord's stone.
Orin is affectionately unhinged. You don't know when she's going to pop up. You don't know in what form she's going to be. She's incredibly tricksy and uses all of her wiles to get what she wants.
Set my flesh to your unholy purpose!
One of the physical aspects that I really wanted to integrate with Orin was her relationship with her blades, her weapons. She has a very intimate relationship with them. They feel real and personified to her. To be considered even in the same realm, much less share scenes with J.K. Simmons and Jason Isaacs, who play General Ketherick Thorm and Gortash, was such an honor, and it was so inspiring and exciting to see their work in this game and experience how our characters come together in the scenes we share to create this unholy, evil triumvirate.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews again.
Orin is a very disturbing figure in Baldur's Gate 3. She really takes the players on quite a journey, so I hope that they sit back and enjoy the ride and let me know all of their terrifying thoughts.
Couple days away, chat. All right. Next up, this is another game that I swear we're getting a new trailer like every week. Another trailer for Mortal Kombat 1. This is the official Keepers of the Time trailer.
Geras, my old friend. It's been eons. It's good to see you.
Likewise, Lord Liu Kang. Duty is my highest calling.
It's Cyrax. They keep showing new characters.
Geras is the guardian of the Hourglass, a celestial object which lies beyond the realms. The Hourglass regulates time and destiny.
Is that rain? The summons are so cool.
Watched you with the Hourglass. You are relishing your role as Earthrealm's protector.
Those with power must know how to use it wisely.
When you restarted history, you altered the destinies of certain malefactors to neutralize them.
Crafting a timeline is a complex endeavor.
Your vision of peace may already be compromised.
I'm gonna throw him into a black hole. Yeah, the story mode for that just looks insane to me. Absolutely insane. All right, speaking of a game that we get a trailer for every week, here is episode 6 of the City Skylines 2 series. So here we go.
To understand the basic needs of your citizens, you need only look in the mirror. Like you and me, there are a few important things they need to live healthy, happy lives. That includes electricity, water, and sanitation. With these systems in place, everyone in your city has a shot at living their best life. Let's take a look at electricity. When laying roads, you also install low-voltage underground cables that supply electricity to homes, offices, and
I feel
shops.
like they talked about this in a previous
These
video.
cables plug into transformer stations. Transformer stations are also connected to the high-voltage power lines streaming from your city's power plants.
Right.
They act as a junction where low-voltage cables and high-voltage lines link up. Together, they form the grid that pumps electricity right across your city. There's one drawback. Power lines and electric cables can only carry so much electricity. When demand increases, they can max out, creating a bottleneck. Keep the grid humming by evenly spreading electricity connections around your city. You can also build power lines to import electricity from neighboring cities. Imported energy will save your bacon if local power plants fail to produce enough electricity when demand increases. It will, too. Expect spikes when the thermostat drops and everyone dials up their heaters. Hot weather will cause spikes, too, as people flick on air conditioners, fans, and ice machines at the same time. Your power plants might produce more electricity than your city needs. When that happens, you can export it to your neighbors. While this can offset production costs, think it through. By storing excess electricity in emergency battery stations, you have nothing to worry about when demand rises. Emergency battery stations help your city get the most out of solar power plants. Battery stations power the city at night when the plant isn't producing electricity and recharge when they operate during the day. Of course, solar is just one renewable energy source. You can build wind, water, and geothermal power plants too. Fossil fuels are another way to power your city. Or you can go nuclear. Let's talk water and sanitation. Surface water sources are the same as in city skylines. Expect flowing rivers, glittering lakes, and vast, swirling oceans. Groundwater is different. These underground reservoirs replenish over time, so they can run dry if they're drained at a faster rate than they're refilled. They're also susceptible to ground pollution. When they're contaminated, dirty water is pumped into your city's freshwater system.
Uh-oh.
That's bad on every level, mainly because decontamination takes a long time. Build a groundwater pumping station to tap this resource, and a water pumping station to bring surface water into your city's water system. You can also add water to the system with wastewater treatment plants. These plants can process sewage to produce clean water for homes and businesses. There's another way to manage sewage: sewage outlets. They release waste
just pump it
into
downstream,
open
that'd be
water,
fine.
which can help prevent sewage from backing up. And that's a must when it comes to public health. Bungling waste management can make people seriously ill. That's why you want to keep sewage outlets well away from pumping stations. How can you balance the very human needs of citizens with your ambition as a city builder? It's simple. Imagine living your life down there, day in and day out.
All right, cool. Yeah, that series on that game has been really fun to watch. All right, next up, we have the launch trailer for Disney... Hold on a second. What's this? Yeah, Disney Illusion Island. Had the wrong trailer there for a second.
The perfect place for an island picnic.
We all know about your adventures. Dueling with knights.
Apparently this game's very good, by the way.
Even contesting giants high atop a beanstalk.
Gosh, we have done heroic things.
Those things were pretend. This isn't.
Yeah, we saw this game during Summer Game Fest at some point.
Mickey, we won't let
So
you down.
basically a Disney Metroidvania.
Might actually work.
Or side scroller.
Goofy.
Oh, I'm Goofy.
Yes, I know. I just greeted you.
I feel like this would be pretty chaotic in 4-player.
Okay, I've heard enough. So let's grab those books and be real heroes ourselves.
Oh, that's perfect, Mickey.
But how do we do it?
We're doing
No
fine.
idea.
All right. Okay, 2 trailers left, and these are both long ones. I don't know if we're going to watch all of these. 13 minutes on Armored Core 6. Here we go. Is it in 4K?
Hello, and thanks for checking out the video.
It's not.
With this footage, we'll introduce our new mech action game, Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. We hope it gives you an idea of this title's mood and gameplay. In a future where interstellar travel is commonplace, our story begins in a distant star system on the fictional planet Rubicon 3. Our protagonist, an independent mercenary, is smuggled into Rubicon in search of a mysterious new substance known as coal.
Your position is grid 135. Off target, but within permissible range. There's a catapult ahead. Use it to close the gap.
Huge multi-layered stages will let players make the most of their AC's exceptional movement and attack capabilities.
I should mention here real quick for anybody who's wondering. So as you may or may not know, this game is being made by From Software, the same developers behind like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and games like that. And so a lot of people are asking the question, so wait, is this another Souls game? It is not. It is not a Souls game at all. It's an action mech game.
Time to fly, 621.
Overwhelm enemies with up to 4 weapons simultaneously, equipped to each arm and shoulder.
Liberation front. If we get in the way of our work, eliminate them. Picking up signals from AC Rex. Follow the markers.
Assault Boost is one of the core abilities at your disposal, used for both traversal and combat.
Did you hear anything about what the Corps are up to?
Yeah, they'll be coming soon. Got us on the run.
attack! Return fire!
I mean, the combat looks really fun.
Take full advantage of your AC's mobility to freely navigate the environment. Use boost to take the fight to the air, extending combat dimensions beyond the 2D plane.
So it looks like there's a lock-on system for some weapons.
You're outnumbered 6-1. Use your missiles.
Vertical catapults to gain even more altitude and launch into the action from above.
Yeah, fighting big bosses like that could be a lot of fun.
Against tougher enemies, deal impact damage to their attitude control system to temporarily put them out of action. This is called stagger. Any attack received in this state is considered a direct hit, dealing heavy damage.
Full mech customization.
Assembly lets you exchange various parts of your AC at will, including weapons, frame parts such as the head and core, and internal parts for power management. Assembling an AC to fit your own playstyle and strategy is crucial to success.
Oh wow, you could just have like spider legs or just like a tank bottom. That's
Got a job for you, 621. This one's a request from the Arquebus group.
Raven, this request comes from Schneider, an Arquebus subsidiary. The mission will take place in the Bonadea dunes of Western Bellius. Our coral investigation there is being blocked by the Strider, a Rubicon Liberation Front mining ship. You are to destroy it. The Strider is a mobile resource base that was extensively weaponized by the Liberation Front. Call it the crowning glory of their efforts to militarize into an anti-corporate force. Your attack will focus on the Eye, a giant laser cannon connected directly to the main generator. It's protected by a shield, which is powered by auxiliary sub-generators. These should be your first targets. This concludes the briefing. Good luck.
Time for a little self-promotion, 621. Smash the Strider, and Arquebus HQ will be sure to remember your name.
Main system, activating combat mode.
Commence mission. First, get through all that dust and make contact with the Strider.
The customization stuff is
Here,
wild.
We're up against an enormous weapon that eclipses our AC in size.
Unidentified AC. Must be one of the corporation's dogs. Activate the eye. Burn them away. Yes, sir. Coral, align with Rubicon. Align with Rubicon.
I like how the game makes you feel like, I mean, you're in a big mech, but you kind of feel like the ant compared to these big buildings and structures.
You need to take out one of its legs to bring it to a halt. Confirmed. Strider Lake compromised. It's going down. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Alright, now we've got a foothold to get on the deck. Grab on and get to work on the sub-generators.
Great. An independent merc.
Now we're in the snow.
He's the wise guy who decided the Red should have taken care of some free lift.
Who gives a shit? We'll handle this mission ourselves.
I wonder what a melee build would look like.
See you partnered up with LIACs.
Well, us free red guns are gonna go climb the wall. This is just target practice. When we're done, Olympus little base is next.
Good vibe. Can't take yourself away from chatting with a tag along. Why don't you start a sewing club together and stitch that damn mouth of yours shut?
It's also kind of crazy that From Software is releasing this and Elden Ring so close together, you know? Within about a, what, year and a half, give or take.
I can't get through to HQ.
The cavalry isn't coming. Wipe them out, 621.
Your mission objectives will range from protecting targets and information gathering to the annihilation of enemy forces.
Annihilate the enemy forces. That one's got yellow on it.
Attacking a watch point. You're incorrigible, Handler Walter. How many of your dogs must I kill before you learn?
What kind of a gun is that on his left? It's got like a big dish thing on it.
You make fine hounds with the right training. Shame you'll have to die here.
2 repair kits remaining.
As your campaign progresses, you'll face a number of dangerous situations, and often be pitted against rival AC pilots in bitter duels. Keep the pressure up in these intense battles. Don't give the enemy a chance at victory.
Now that's just cheating.
Formidable boss encounters also await you at the end of certain missions. These fights are fast and aggressive, presenting a challenge for even the impossibly powerful AC. By observing the enemy's movements and tells, the player can learn as the battle unfolds. And a good commander assembly will often provide the first step to overcoming even the most daunting foes. We invite players to take on this one for themselves and see what else awaits.
Well,
Thank
cool.
you for watching. That concludes our introduction to Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. We appreciate your continued support and look forward to seeing you at launch.
I still feel like this game's gonna get buried between Starfield and Baldur's Gate. I mean, this music is very Blade Runner. Very cool. All right. Final trailer of the day, everybody. Again, is a long one. We may or may not watch the full thing. But this is the Lords of the Fallen extended gameplay presentation. Here we go. This game also looks fantastic.
Welcome to Mornstead, a prominent region within the vast and sprawling world of Lords of the Fallen. In today's extended gameplay walkthrough, we're sharing an exclusive look at just some of the diverse and harrowing areas
I will
you'll journey
say,
through.
like, this game is definitely going to have one thing in common with Elden Ring. From everything I've seen, it's going to be one of those games where, like, you can make the character and class that you want to make. So it's like, oh, I want to do sword and board, or I want to do dual wield, or, you know, magic, or, you know, whatever. Just like you can do whatever you want, you know.
In your epic quest to overthrow
That's the way it
Adir,
seems.
the demon god.
This game is also running
This
UE5.
is Skyrest Bridge. It is guarded by Pieta, she of the Blessed Renewal, one of the game's early boss encounters. We must triumph against her in order to proceed with
I feel
our
like
holy
this
charge
game
to restore radiance to the 6 beacons of
is
the
going to be like one of the
Sentinels
first
and thwart Adir's uprising.
real UE5 games to be released.
O holy Aureus, by your radiance grant me the strength to continue to endure these dark days, to lay bare the path to
A
salvation.
lightsaber.
And yet you now appear before me, a stranger, a betrayal made flesh.
It is a
and
lightsaber.
one I cannot brook.
This person's clearly cheating.
Melee, magic, and ranged abilities are seamlessly interwoven. Alongside standard attacks, you can choose between catalysts, bows, crossbows, or throwables, mapping up to 4 additional magic or range skills to your controller for immediate access. This rapidly speeds up combat and reduces the need to swap between options.
Nice. Block
As with
there.
many of the
Or
imposing
parry.
bosses you'll encounter, Pieta has 2 very distinct stages. Death is not necessarily the end in Lords of the Fallen. When slain in Axiom, the realm of the living, you'll resurrect in Umbral, the realm of the dead. We now have one final chance to survive.
It's a cool, like, blade attack.
Though few and far between, these flowers denote special patches of ground upon which we can spawn a resting point, known as a vestige seedling. These come at a significant resource cost, however, and we can only spawn one at a time. The realms of Axiom and Umbral exist in parallel. Each world features its own unique pathways, enemies, characters, and, of course, treasures. We can now use this crafted vestige to return to Axiom.
Uh-oh. I'd like to see some of the loot that you're collecting, just so we can see what it...
peer into the secondary realm at any time
Oh,
by
that's
raising
interesting.
the umbral lamp. Though, be advised, this also renders you vulnerable to its inhabitants.
Huh. That's a neat mechanic.
We will now use the lamp to cross over to Umbral, though doing so will consume one of our 2 lives, and it isn't so easy to return to the world of the living.
Interesting.
Many enemies require a different approach to combat. This mendacious visage, for example, is only vulnerable when attacked from the back, or when it reveals its true form.
Show me your true self. There it is. Chat, that monster,
You took a nasty fall.
You'll also come across permanent vestiges on your travels. As well as using these to return to Axiom, you can also level up your stats at these locations.
we like to call them bonfires.
3 schools of sorcery can be mastered: Rogar, Radiant, and Umbral, each specializing in a different area of the arcane and requiring a different catalyst to cast. Our current build is adept in Rogar, characterized by devastating pyromantic attacks.
That looks like fun. Make like a warcaster. Oh yeah, they're using like claws. I always wanted to do an Elden Ring build with
An
claws.
age-old borough built into the very cliff face, Pilgrim's Perch typifies the verticality of Moonstead. There are myriad pathways stretching both above and below, with hidden areas, treasures,
loot? I
and
don't know.
NPCs all awaiting discovery.
I would think so. Oh, that one also took a nasty fall. Crazy. Maybe they'll talk about gearing in the video. I always like it when the game is smart enough to interact with the environment. So that was pretty good, where the door was locked and they actually reached out and they pushed on the door. That's a long cast. I like it.
As a lamp bearer, all players are equipped with a devastating ability, the Soul Flay. By using one of a limited number of soul charges, we are able to extract the very soul of an enemy, ready to inflict significant damage.
This guy would be so annoying. Oh, you just summoned a bunch of demon dogs. Look at that. I wonder if you can fully beat the game by staying in one realm or another.
The ability can also be used to manipulate the very environment when in Umbral.
I'm guessing probably not. The game is designed around you switching realms. There you go. Oh, we got inventory, equipment, character status, a bunch of slots there. Oh, we switched over to a big old two-hander. Wait, now how was she able to wield this and the claws? Did you have to do stat? Was there a stat change there or what? I feel like we need a little bit of explanation.
We now find ourselves in Lower Calrath, an ever-burning district, renowned for its displays of barbarity.
Yeah, I've got a bow build now. Or I guess more of a rogue. They're using like little daggers or something. That is one thing that really sucks about Elden Ring is the bow combat is like really bad.
We're now going to invite a second player to join us on our journey.
Another player?
This is easily achieved at any of the vestiges. You can choose to fight alongside a friend or a randomly selected player. Either way, your co-op companion will remain at your side for as long as you or they choose. As a Radiant Sorcerer, our ally is able to buff either character with various enhancements.
Yeah, hopefully this is more of a lock-on system and then you can kind of rapid fire the bow. Yeah, again, they're doing this with no interface, so we can't see how the targeting's working. I like that block. I wonder if they're taking damage or if it's mitigated. You guys know I'm a big fan of the rogue. Oh, that guy got suckered. Firing ice arrows.
It appears our way is blocked by an umbral entity. We will need to track its tendrils in order to locate and expel the source of its power. Finally, it's time to face off against the colossal spurned progeny, Scourge of Calrath.
See, one thing developers need to learn is when you're doing demos like this, show us the interface. Show us the map. Oh, that's kind of weird. Looks like there's maybe subsystem targeting. Because on that bow shot, it was definitely towards the arm.
The lands of Mornstead await you. Pre-order Lords of the Fallen now and prepare to unleash the darkness on Friday, the 13th of October.
Nice. Nice date. Can we go back to that shot? Where was the shot where they showed the interface? Hold on.
Stating pyromantic attacks.
No, if I can find it in here. Wait. I just kind of want to see this again. Okay, so they looted something there. Okay, so you've got like a head, chest, arm, leg. What, 2 rings? And maybe a necklace slot? And then quick access. So, this item, Fist of the Insight, it says level 0. So I wonder if you have to level the items by using them, maybe? Okay, and then they have the system like an Elden Ring where it boosts off of your stats. So you can see the damage type, and then under that it's like strength, agility, and Inferno? Inferno is a stat? I'm kind of covering it up. It's like right here. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, you get 5 abilities to like... That can't be right. How can you have abilities on X, Y, and A? Where's your jump button at? Or your dodge roll? Okay. So that must be inventory then? So, if I'm understanding this correctly, maybe you can use any weapon, but it will base on how strong it is based on your stats. So, like on these, unless I'm missing it, I don't see a requirement. So here's the axe. So there's a weight to it. And you can see the damage change in green and the block protection, rune slots. But yeah, there's no like requirement. Whoa. Go back. 1 second. Lord Axe. Yeah, I wonder what this level 0 is. Huh. Yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's Lords of the Fallen. Another one of the many crazy games coming out this year. So yeah, good stuff. But yeah, there you go, chat. That'll go ahead and do it for gaming news and trailers. For those who are watching on YouTube, we'll wrap it up right there. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.